This is the Sennheiser GSP 500 and it's a full-sized over-ear gaming headset designed for PC, Mac and console, featuring an open back design. Now the main difference between this and the Game Ones is obviously in their aesthetics, and in that respect the entire GSP range definitely oozes gamer, and with the 500 that's certainly thanks to their form follows function approach. Now this new combination of a 2-axis metal hinge system with adjustable headband should in theory improve the fit for a wider range of heads and face shapes, but admittedly the clamping force has been increased across the board as a result, even on the lowest setting, so that's something that might take a few days to settle in, depending of course on your preferences. Now their redesigned and removable ear cups also remove any potential gaps for sound to creep in at the bottom, though admittedly that is more applicable to the closed 600s esports events, somewhere where you're trying to block out as much noise as possible. That said, they're definitely well built and I reckon they'll survive the test of time, but it just does all of this at the cost of losing that signature Sennheiser design that we've all come to know and love from the HD and PC range. I do love the mix of colours here though, and at 358 grams they're certainly light and, thanks to its fabric cushioning and open design, breathable enough for longer sessions, and we also see the return of a volume dial on the right ear cup which when rotated will allow for 0 to 100 in volume range with the ability to completely mute the audio as well. I suppose in all I'd just like to see them return to a more simplistic design in future, one that's less in your face and perhaps as bulky on camera, but hey, that's just me. With that said though, the GSP 500s definitely push further than its Sennheiser predecessors in that audio department. They require just 28 ohms and make it suitable for both PC and console use without that requirement of an amp that would otherwise drive them to a respectable volume. The cable is also completely removable, and in the box you receive two of them, one split 3.5mm audio and microphone cable for PC and one single 4-pole cable for console and mobile. This is great not just because you get the two, but also if you do run over it one too many times with your chair, you can just repurchase a replacement. But the headset itself features an open back design that offers an incredibly natural and spatial sound with a frequency response of 10 to 30,000 Hz. And there's certainly an extended bass response here too, which I definitely noticed whilst firing rockets, especially when compared to previous models. This all culminates though into an otherwise wider soundstage to previous iterations that is extremely immersive, and that's not to mention they're equally impressive when it comes to positional audio. It's honestly one of the most enjoyable headsets I've had the pleasure to listen to, and one step closer to getting the HD 700s with a microphone attached that I've dreamt of. In order to get the best out of the GSP 500s and ensure no static noise on the microphone, you'll definitely want to connect them to a USB sound card. Now for this review we're using the Creative Soundblaster K3 Plus with its phantom power disabled, but Sennheiser's own GSX line should be a good shout too, rather than simply using onboard audio that might not only be prone to interference, but also will vary depending on the motherboard. Now this will also tighten up some of the frequencies and help with audio separation that will really make the most of the headset, but just don't stop to think it's necessary because it might not be. The microphone quality is certainly good enough for Twitch, but if you're really serious then I'd comparatively recommend the HD 599s to up the audio game, and then a dynamic or condenser microphone, potentially a mod mic too. But if you are considering picking these up, then providing the purchase from an authorised retailer, Sennheiser's headsets also come with a 2-year international warranty, and having recently returned my IE80s for a replacement, dealing with the UK support team was a pleasant experience. I should also point out though that these block almost no sound, so if you're planning to game at home then these will be a great if not perfect addition, but for event use or in noisy environments you should definitely look toward the closed GSP 600s instead. I just chose to request the 500s given those are the headsets and headphones I've typically lent toward when buying Sennheiser. In all, I'm admittedly a dedicated pair of headphones and microphone kind of guy, and that when it comes to home use. I absolutely love the jump from the PC 360s to the HD 555s, 598s and most recently 700s, whilst using a condenser microphone for streaming and voiceovers. But with that said, I have to say these did surprise me at every step, and the improvements by jumping to headphones usually come to surface outside of game anyway. If you are looking for an all-in-one solution, then I'd honestly have a tough time not recommending these, if of course the aesthetics and their open design take your fancy. But do remember that in the end, audio is subjective, and the only way to truly know if a sound signature and frequency response curve is to your taste is to audition them yourself. But I'd say these are fairly balanced across across the board, and you would be hard pressed to find somebody that I dislike their audio. Anyway, if you've enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe, and if you've got any questions or comments, then let me know down below and I'll get back to you. Don't forget, I do stream on Twitch every day from 6 PM, so make sure to stop by and get involved in the live discussion. But for now, take care, keep gaming, and I'll see you in the next video.